I would like to introduce you to the Tana Recreation and Family Center and ask for your consideration and expert opinion on these specific rooms. The activities listed are developmentally appropriate and are supported by educational research. My goal is to provide an environment that encourages and supports children to engage in activities that facilitate optimum learning. In Room 1, we focus on infants. The first activity is a one-to-one walk with each infant. The infant will ride in his or her stroller as the teacher takes them for a stroll, describing and pointing out what they see along the way. Older infants may be encouraged to walk along with the teacher during this activity. This activity encourages social interaction between infants and their environment, as teachers point out signs, objects, and greet other children and adults along the way. The child is learning about his environment and engaging with others. Infants also mimic what they see and hear. The second activity, the children will swing in seats and gently move back and forth with teachers' assistance. This activity is one that can be done in parks or at home. It reinforces back, leg, and arm muscles and strengthens the core muscle groups. Legs are also strengthened in preparation for walking. One specific item in the infant room is a mobile, which can be placed above the crib of each child. The mobile will provide visual stimulation and interest for the infant while he or she is lying in the crib. In Room 2, we focus on toddlers. The first activity will be listening to music, encouraging children to move and sing along. Teachers will sing along to the music while clapping, swaying, and stepping to the beat. This activity enhances physical, cognitive, and social-emotional development. Physical actions involve clapping, swaying, and moving to the music. Cognitive activities are learning lyrics and singing them at the appropriate time. Repetition of words and rhythm. The social-emotional element is how the music makes one feel. This activity is not gender specific, so it's appropriate for all students. The second activity is a read aloud picture book. This activity addresses cognitive development and is a precursor to learning to read. This teaches the child to associate letters and words to sounds and meanings, identify pictures, and verbalize thoughts and ideas. The third activity is age-appropriate puzzles. Toddlers are developing fine motor skills that are physically necessary to put together puzzles. This activity will aid students in completing tasks from start to finish, help them follow directions, and learn the shapes. It's also a good introduction to problem solving. And Room 3 is the early childhood room. The first activity is carpet activity. Children will be directed to sit on the carpet as a group and look at the calendar and determine the date and mark the date on the calendar. Check attendance of the student and determine what type of weather is outside by visual observation. This group activity where the children come together as a community, developing trust as they share, listen, learn, and participate in meaningful activities. Group activities provide children with information, skills, concepts, and strategies necessary for success when working independently. By instilling mathematical concepts such as counting, numeral recognition, sequence, and observation. The second activity is science and sensory center. This stimulates children's natural curiosity and desire to learn about the world around them. The theory of early childhood activity is that children learn by doing. I suggest purchasing a science sensory table for the classroom. Students learn and retain more from hands-on activities that result in discoveries and using science process skills and inquiry. In Room 4, we focus on the middle to late childhood room. First activity is a technology center where students will work as a group under adult supervision. This activity develops skills such as cause and effect by observing what happens on the keyboard, following instructions, and a variety of other skills, depending on the software selected. It also promotes responsibility, cooperation, working with others, and persistence. The second activity is a science center. This center will develop cognitive skills, thinking, reasoning, observing, exploring, questioning, discovering, decision making, problem solving, cause and effect, and comparing and contrasting. The students will develop the ability to use scientific methods for designing experiments. I would suggest the purchase of laptops for each classroom. Room 5 is the adolescence room. The first activity is the library center, which should be a comfortable place where students can relax and enjoy a good book, fostering a love of reading. This center will lead to broadened vocabulary, improved comprehension, and the importance of print and communication. Social emotional skills will provide an opportunity to communicate feelings and deal with difficult situations and develop concern and understand for others. The second activity would be an art center. Creativity enhances self-expression of feelings, the ability to channel frustration and anger in a socially acceptable manner, as well as instill pride and confidence and foster appreciation of differences. I would suggest the purchase of computer cards for students to and laptops for students to use at home and school. This concludes my presentation. I hope that you will agree that the plans for this Tana Recreation and Family Center are extensive, well thought out, and cover many curriculum areas and developmental level. The activities are research-based and when implemented will help our students achieve higher academic levels. I know that our center will provide excellent education opportunities for the children and families of our community. Thank you for this opportunity.